YouTube? This is your boy Gamer. Star mode, career, I'll shame you, Frederick. So let's get into superstar mode and let's go. Prepare. Hey Shane, we just got word from our brother's desk. Looks like we're in for a raining game in this week. How bad we talking? Sounds like fall football. Well, it could get a little messy out there. Is that going to challenge coach? Got him gameplay, no doubt, but that was making coach. Coach, you gotta prepare for everything. Request. Personal workouts. Crash. Alright, so I'm getting tired. Finish.
So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big away in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Throwing to start the drive. Frederick firing quickly, but it's incomplete. But you look at this Bronco defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop. Held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They got to be consistent.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Frederick. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Complete, it's Dotson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A much different 2nd drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the 2nd one.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Frederick toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal, 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Spears to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. If you look at this Bronco defense, this unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week. And they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. Right here, Boyd. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Frederick. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position? Yeah,
I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. The Titans had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
Yeah, that will be incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Operating from the gun, Frederick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chigakakwo, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to add on to that lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Frederick over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
That's going to be caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Jahan Dotson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP.
The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And that's going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Frederick. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. Shrugs him off. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The ball on the 32, it's set. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Chig Okonkwo with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Second down and a yard. Back to throw. Frederick. And he fends him off. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Frederick. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Give to Pierce now on the option. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Operating from the gun, Frederick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tajay Spears, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have opened the lead up to 30. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of...
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hook left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. In motion left goes Boyd. 2nd and long. And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down. Down at 7. In motion left goes a tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Give them 18 on the play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jahan Dotson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game.
The Titans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Handoff for Pierce. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Frederick. He finds his man, complete. It's Edwards. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Give to Pierce. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here,
We're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2nd and 5. Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2.
Yep.
And that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Tennessee, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
my computer on her. Mom, take that, plug that, and plug it over there. Computer over there, please. Sorry, my computer! You do not do that! Next time you do, I'll smack you. Unplug it.
Why would you leave it there? Swallow quickly. Swallow. Swallow quickly. What's his drink at?
Oh, it takes all the cups off. I forgot to bring them out when we washing dishes.
Where's his drink at, though? It's
I
not
don't
here.
know. Oh, it's primed over there.
No,
There's a drink in the refrigerator.
He had a prime in a cup.
In the refrigerator. Oh.
Yeah, you woke me up.
Who did?
You kept waking me up.
No, I didn't.
No, you did.
Because I thought, of course, that was cool.
No, even after that, you woke me up.
Because didn't know Grandpa was getting over.
Here, you gotta help me.
I didn't know Grandpa.
Lots of good stuff in it.
That's my water.
It's your coffee cup.
That's her hot chocolate cup. I didn't know Grandpa came over and took Piper out. I'll get a new one. Win some Bubba. No, that's fine. Make appointments, Mom. Make an appointment for him. You have to, or are we waiting for him? He's going to take us tomorrow. He's going to Music. How much is an apple slice?